boardwalkers. It's a gorgeous sunny and breezy day today. I've done some yard work recently on the rose garden. I'm hoping to get out there and do some plein air painting when we have some roses blooming up. We do have a few blooming up right now, but not a prolific amount. I'm also trying to do some plein air painting. So here is my plein air setup today. Sketchbook setup. And I have the tripod set up. And my paints in my Etchr Mini, along with my water dish. My number 12 Princeton Neptune round and my number 8 Aqua Elite Princeton brush. I'm going to try and do some painting practice and give you some behind the scenes. So let me get this hooked up here and we'll get going. Alright, boardwalkers, I'm set up. It's about 70 degrees today outside with the wind blowing and with the sun blowing. My paint is probably going to, and paper, going to probably dry super quick. Now I apologize in advance because the neighbor is building an addition to their house next door, and you can probably hear the lawnmower going in the background. My son is over at his grandmother's mowing their yard and such. And I've just got a pencil sketch of my youngest daughter's dog, Tiberius. Who recently, on April 1st of this month, passed away. He's one of my assistants, my furry assistants. Who you guys have seen barking at the cows in past videos. He's also the tallest of the dogs. He's the Belgian Tervuren, but he passed away real suddenly from bone cancer. We noticed he was limping, and he had been limping before when he had dislocated his shoulder, and so we were wondering if it was a injury, continuous, injury. And so we had sent him to the vet, and they said it was advanced bone cancer. So it's been a rough April for all of us. My youngest daughter, my other family members, and even the furry family members. The dogs and the cats are all trying to get used to him not being here. And just trying to figure out how to go about these days. So I'm doing a practice piece because I was wanting to do a special pet portrait for my daughter coming up. Now I'm just trying to knock back some of the white of the paper on this lower layer of his fur. Alright, boardwalkers, I've let this come to a complete dry. To remove this X on the face. Oops. I'm using my tape. Get back in here and paint some details on here. Grab a little bit of this black, this gray, and get in here with a little bit of details. Not much, I just want to start outlining a little bit. And I need to clean my brush. Switch in here and use my number 8 round. I'm gonna go on this nose and do his muzzle and his face real quick. Cat has been in my paint, so and like I said, this sun is drying out my paper really fast, so it's making it hard to paint outside today. Also having a hard time looking at my reference photo. Some. Just need a hair pink in here. Some tufts of fur. Really bright days like this makes it really a struggle to try and paint your subjects. And of course, if it's this bright, you're not going to be able to see your subject or your results truly until you get inside, because it's going to be such bright, harsh light. So go in here with just a touch more of this golden color on some of this fur. We're going to have to move inside, boardwalkers, because I am just not able to get this to paint and go as fluidly as I would like. So let me take this inside and we'll see what we can do to fix this. Alright, I think I've got us set up now in the studio where we can see a little bit better. And that I apologize, it's just too sunny. It's either one extreme or the other in Mississippi here. It's either too hot and humid or too wet lately. All right, so we were in the middle of trying to get this muzzle and nose done. Along with this mouth. See if we can smooth some of this out with just a wet, damp brush right now. Re-wet it and just move it about. Move it about and make it a little more smoother. Now I'm going to want it pretty dark right here. So I go back in here and fill this cheekbone up. And I want some fuzzy hair up in here. Just leave this fuzzy in here so we get some kind of little bit of fuzzy texture. I need to loosen this up here to blend in this harshness. And there's another hair, cat hair or pet hair or something. This is the tricky part, trying to get the hair to go how you want it to go. Smoothing it out, but also giving that texture. Some darkness on his ear. Goodness, it's like men's been everywhere with my paints. Furs and everything. Goodness. Alright, now we're just going to get some few hairs and some air. Let's see if we can get this to come down. Make our burnt sienna mix. There we go. And get some furry textures back in here. grief. Well, today nothing is going to go right for me today. It's been a challenge today to get anything done right here. Okay. CB Mac here. In today's non-sponsored video, could I ask you if you're enjoying the content? Could you please click the subscribe button over here? I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers this year. Also, please post a comment down below. Don't forget to click that thumbs up like button. Share this video with someone who you think might enjoy the video. And then don't forget to click that bell icon so you'll get upcoming notifications of when my next new videos are. It makes a huge difference to the growth and the support of my channel. And to my subscribers that I've already joined, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Now, let's get back to our video. All right, we've let this dry. And I think what I'm going to try and do is go in here and work a little bit on some of this background. Some more. Some more green in here. Some green established down in here. I'm going to get my embossing tool, and I'm just going to make some. It's got 2 different points on it, and I'm just going to make some little grass textures, scratches in here in various places. And then what's going to happen is when I paint more in here, some of the paint will fall in those crevices, and some of the paint will stay up on top, and we'll get kind of a textured background going. And then I can do the same thing with some of these grasses here. Be a little more deliberate with how I make some of my marks. Then we can paint in here. Get some more colors. And I can change it up and put some more of the yellows in it. Gold in it. more of this darker green in. And then go back in with this embossing tool. And there's in here. Come in with just a hair more color in some of these. Come in with some more of this green, gold, yellow. Add some different color in here. Go down here in this bottom part and add a little bit of the green, gold. A little bit more color in. Bolden this up some. Wet it down some. And then take our embossing tool again. And get some of these grasses. Oh, here's the right side here. Rinse our brush and see if we can get some more of these Tibi color textures in here now. Get some lighter colors. Just wet. Wet this down so that we can get a nice blended color. And we're going to try and get some of this I need to get some of this. I've got some burnt sienna and the Jane's gray in here so that I can put some more of this darker color in. Come across here, darken this up a little bit right in here, dab some off on my brush. I have to go with my smaller brush. Yep, I'm gonna have to go with the smaller brush, the number 2. Let's see if we can get some of that smaller texture going. There we are. Feather that a little more. Yep. Feather this a little bit more. A little bit of dry brush texture, a little bit of wet brush, wet and wet. And just take some water and blend some of this out. A little bit of the gray. See if we can get just a wisp or two of it in there. Just layered in. Probably have to go in there with some white on that one. All right, get that. Ooh, get that in there. This is looking a little rough. All right, let's switch back to our other brush, our bigger brush. Get some blending done. Smooth out some of this color. Okay, boardwalkers. I think we're about ready to do the final bit of details on this. I'm gonna grab my number 2 Aqua Elite, and I've noticed that I have not got this fixed right here. I need to fix this head here. Don't have this eye right area. And I've kind of made him too round, too crescent there. It needs to straighten out just a hair in here. A little bit thicker paint. There we are. There we are. Okay. Now on this nose, I need to fix this nose. Get this eyebrow right. Now I also need to do a little bit of the fur right in here. A little bit more. Soften this edge a little. Then we can go in here with this. Ooh. Oh, way too dark, way too dark. Granted, it is dark in there, but now I get in here with some more of this shadow color. The burnt umber and the Jane's Gray mixture. Get some of that in there. And make sure to get his red collar. The little tip of his collar in here. dry brush effect. Put the rest of that James Gray in there. Now we can take and get our bleed proof Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white. We can get in here and hit this white area on this ear a little bit better. A little bit of white down on this front here. All right, now I've had to dip back into the black because I've just realized that I've not got these eyes quite right. Got a little too much white on this bottom section. But we can fix it, see? So, all right, and then I've got to really do this ridge right here really dark so that it shows up. And same thing over here on this side. Do this eye ridge over here. So that looks really dark. Eye is looking really slanted here, so I really need to fix this eye. Let's see if we can go in and redo it. Just redarken everything in there and just hit that highlight again better. Sometimes it just takes you a couple of times. All right, now we're going back in with our white. I want just a touch on the tip. We've got this ear, I think, pretty well done. Just get a little bit of this fur right here. And then we can come in here and get this eye. All right, now we were down here working on this white of the fur here. finger, just to give it a little bit of difference and interest here. Blend it. There we are. All right. And then I think we'll be fine if we can get just a couple of wisps right in here. All right, let me try this eye one more time, darkening it up and seeing if we can get this just to look right. Right in here. Oh, nope. There we are. Now that might be right. These eyes are really tricky. And trying to get the dark on dark to look right is definitely a challenge. It's definitely a challenge here. All right, let's see if we can darken up this cheek a little bit more right here, like it is in the reference photo. And then I think we're about got it. I think we're about where we need to be. Yeah, there we are. Darken that up a hair. Get that shadow patch in there. There we go. Broaden up that cheek there. And curl this out a little bit. And there we have our picture of our furry assistant, Tiberius, who crossed the Rainbow Bridge on April 1st. Let me go ahead and remove these clips and we'll do a tape peel again. And while I'm doing this tape peel, make sure that you check out on that community tab of the YouTube channel for the post, the quiz on the poll quiz on the painting series that you would like for me to do next time. The farm life series, the bird series, the floral or plant series. Or, as I said, if you can think of another one that you would like for us to do together, if there's another series of paintings you would like for me to do that is not listed on the poll, be sure to post that in the poll or down below in the comments of this video. Post and let me know which one of those new series of paintings you would like for me to try. And here we have Tiberius. This is just the practice piece for me to work on a bigger one in the next week or two for my daughter. Make sure to post your comments and your questions below. I read all the comments and I try to answer all of the questions. I'll have affiliated links for all of the art supplies that we've used and some links for the playlist still. And you can also follow me on my social media links as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week, Boardwalkers. Goodbye for now.